I'm here. We know. I know, and I'm glad. All
Well,
right.
we're probably live, but I always can't tell when it's here. It says now we're on YouTube. Okay. Good morning again. I am higher vibrations, and so are you. And there is a lot of stuff going on. We're noticing some funny things, when it comes to the technology right now. So it's kind of we're back. So if you all saw that, I'm going to try to let you know in the background somehow. But anyway, welcome back to the show. Today we're having a really awesome show I'm super excited about. So we're just going to start with the introduction stuff again. Um, so a few weeks ago or a little while ago, I had Josie on, and I was surprised to have this awesome, you know how you don't just go with the flow, and this beautiful, amazing teacher and Reiki master, just this energy woman came on, and she was only on for a little while, and I've wanted her back for so long, and I'm so excited that now you're here and you're able to join us. So. Thank you for coming and welcome. How are
My
you?
pleasure. I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for having me. I'm so glad we could coordinate this today,
Yeah, me
like
too.
right in between the eclipses where we're just like, what's going on?
Right.
Oh, I noticed that we probably all the people in this group are the people that are the rocks for other people who are freaking out. And we're going, hey, wait a minute. I
Yeah.
need some care too, right?
I actually had a session for myself for the first time in since I was a teenager,
Yeah.
like yesterday.
This 9 year is nining a lot. Like it's
Yeah.
releasing so much. I'm excited to see what a 1 year does, you know?
Yeah. That's
It's
coming up too.
like this year is going by so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to comment on that, I had mentioned it. We went live a minute ago for anyone who's look confused. This is the one that's really live. It just didn't work for technology. Um, though we had which briefly touched on the energy that's been so intense the past couple of, I mean, forever. Okay, I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
But but especially this past week or
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
it just seems to be like one-upping itself every freaking day.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. And not just out there, but in here too,
Mm,
you know, as above, so below, and as without, so within. But on the other hand, you're just like, wait, that's supposed to happen over there. I'm
yeah,
supposed to be steady, you know?
right.
But yeah,
What
it's
happened to all my expectations and my
exactly,
predictability?
exactly. Yeah, I learned to just not hang on to anything.
Yeah.
It's like Pluto in Aquarius, big time. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not the final answer. Wait until this is all done. I've been telling myself, reminding myself, but the weeks are either really long
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the days are really short. It's just time is contracting and expanding in new ways.
That's the most noticeable part for me also, honestly, is like that time has changed.
Yeah.
It's like and I'm coexisting and so many we all are. We
Yeah.
always were. It's just that now we can tell that we're coexist there's like a the multidimensionality of us is omnipresent,
Mhm.
but
It's so
we're
obvious now. Yeah.
yeah.
It's so obvious now. And
So how do you cope through that?
I've been, well, I've been not committing to everything,
Mm,
anything that if it feels taxing right now, it's definitely going to feel taxing then.
right.
I'm trying to plan things for October, but I'm like, maybe I should wait until this weekend's done.
Yeah, it's not a bad
um,
idea.
and then there's ways in which I found I'm doing, I'm working with time differently than I was last year at this time. Like I used to be able to speed up time a bit if I had coffee. Oh, it can move that, I can do that quicker or slow it down or whatever. And I think there's a new boundary where I'm like, I already have enough to do that day.
Mm,
Let me be firm with this time. I'm trusting that it'll all work itself out.
Yeah.
Like there's a reassurance with time in that, okay, I didn't over plan my day. Of course it'll go perfectly, or, by the seat of its pants. Either way, it's all good. I do enjoy when I take a different route and I see an old friend or whatever. I've been doing a lot of that during this eclipse too,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something to point out, reminding everybody listening in, we're in the eclipse corridor right now,
Yeah.
and we're just about to like this crescendo Sunday for
Yeah.
us in the Northern Hemisphere.
Mhm.
Um, and I know that I don't know about any other country or whatever, but here they're really pushing that the equinox is on Monday and not Sunday.
Yeah.
Isn't that
I'm seeing
weird?
like 3 different days, and I'm like, that's not the date I have,
It goes with the
you know?
moon phase, which is
It
Sunday.
does. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing Monday and I'm hearing Tuesday. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, and technically it's 2 days before and 2 days after.
yeah, I tend to
So we're in it
celebrate,
now.
right? And when you feel the energies, I start to do ritual or ceremony that's setting the stage. So it's not like, oh no, it's fall.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
pumpkin. I tend to start,
Ah.
exactly. I tend to start the week ahead, do some road opening or things to clear the path, and gratitude. Lots of that
Oh,
for
wow.
this season.
Yeah.
But whatever was going on last year, this year is a total contrast. I have to say that. I'm just,
Yes.
your pictures show up in your feed and you're like, I was doing what last year?
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a lot to be grateful for. And on the other hand, I'm seeing time, and I'm also like in different ways, how it's not linear, of course. And then being able to drop into my world or my dimension that I'm inhabiting, and
Yeah.
then go visit someone in theirs, and then go back to mine without too much wobble. Like there was a
Yes.
wobble before where I would feel drained or have a headache or
Yes.
nauseous or something. Yeah, I'm really noticing that these last couple of weeks.
And not having the wobble.
Yeah, less of a wobble.
Wow. How did
Yeah.
you do that?
I don't know, because I'm drinking more water. That's for sure. My self-care has increased in that um, I'm not pushing it aside. I'm just going to take that moment for that time and give myself something, or go outside, or use an excuse to walk the dog and
Yeah.
touch a tree, like anything. Whereas before I would say, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. No, let's
Yeah.
do it now. I've I just feel like I've had to in the last 2 weeks. It's like, no, it's just a given. Let's just do that now. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
The stuff on the back burner always distracts the energy,
It really
consuming
does.
it more than the activity you're in, actually, isn't
That's
it?
the word, consuming.
Yeah.
It can be draining, but it's consuming. Like you go to sleep with the tasks you have to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's just like, when am I going to say, I'll do it tomorrow? It's still going to be there,
Right.
you know?
Right.
The acceptance of that has really helped as well. Because
Right.
yesterday I checked to see if Mercury was doing something. Nope, eclipse portal, because everyone was reading things differently. I thought you meant this, or nope, I said what I said. Have a great day. you know?
Well, yesterday we did have Tunguska, which
Ooh,
is they're calling it an asteroid, but we're calling it a comet.
okay.
And that was also the day that they discovered that there is a swarm of comets, 7 comets just barely appeared, and someone realized it anyway. And it's bound to be in front of the sun for between the 12/12 portal and the solstice. And that's around the same time that these other comets, not a comet, are supposed to be hanging around out around
Right.
the sun too. Yeah.
I'm
So it's
seeing
going to
the
be like
old
a Kazemi
school.
party, right?
Exactly. I'm seeing the old school astrologers talk about some of the energies that they're getting from these new bodies, I should say,
Yeah.
entities. Um, and it's interesting, they're not denying that we're feeling the energies by now.
Yeah.
Like it is, if you're not in your body and having that connection with meditation or whatever your practice is, it's a lot because
Yeah.
it's not just our planets,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. And
It's a lot of
everyone's waking
new.
up to new things. So that's a whole nother wave of people going, I've got questions. So a lot of us need our sleep. So we're ready to answer questions.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of that too.
And a lot of the this is you we're feeling that there'd been only divine masculine energy here. We
Mhm.
hadn't had
True.
access to the divine feminine, no matter what our body was, female or male. Um, I combined male and female together and it sounded like me. Isn't that funny? I never really considered that.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah, interesting point. Um, is that so we'd been and then it was the distorted divine masculine,
Right. Right.
because it had been hijacked and
It's
stuff. And
aggressive.
so
It was, yeah, it was all the bad things.
right, instead of being it was like trying to be the banks of the river instead of being the river flow itself, which is what we really are,
Right.
you know, and so uh I'm finding the extinguishing of this distorted divine masculine, or this distorted masculine male. I don't want to say it's divine exactly
Right.
because it's so distorted, but it's being resolved. And I'm hearing it all come up in the collective. So in the empathic way of this, they've been lying to us. Where's my stick? Kind of energy.
Mm.
You can feel it in the
Yeah.
masses. You know what I
And
mean?
it's 0 to 100 in a second.
Yeah.
There, I'm not saying people are waking up in different ways than we did.
Right.
Like, not to say anyone's at a different level,
Right.
but we used to think of it as they don't have time to do it the way we did. They're not going to do it like
No.
we are. They're going to do it more like Neo. And
Right.
plug in. Okay, I know everything.
Yeah.
Whoa, how did you integrate it? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Um, I'm seeing more compassion as well and less sides. It
Yeah.
seems like the media wants to give you sides, and everyone agrees, hi, it's human.
Yeah.
It's a sentient being or whatever it is. So I'm seeing more compassion, but not reflected in the media. So I'm finding that interesting. Like everyone's waking up to the other uh, message that doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to watch people. I hope they're not crashing out too hard, right?
Yeah.
But it's a lot when you thought that was real or you thought that was fake or whatever. And whatever we thought during the election, it's supposed to go this way, and I'm in Canada, but don't think we're not watching the US politics as if it's one of our favorite soap operas. We are, but
Yeah.
it's also we're going to be affected almost immediately, right? Because we're really
Right.
close. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot, and I'm glad I'm not working in a place that has 10 people all day, new
Yeah.
energies and stuff. I'm grateful to be able to contain and work with my energy this
Yeah.
year as opposed to last year. Yeah.
Me too. Me too. Like you said, it's easier to like not feel the wobble. And I mean, I what my thought was when I go grocery shopping.
Oh,
It's like that's so much.
yeah, it is. It is. I thought it was just me. I'm like, I'm overstimulated. I'm overstimulated. I
Yeah.
try and go first thing in the morning,
Yeah.
and whichever one has the dimmest lighting, I'm there.
Yes.
I
You
don't
actually
need,
highlighted an important point. Did you
yeah.
hear about what they're doing? I don't know.
I
It,
did about Walmart.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How it's designed to make you anxious.
It already was, but they're upping their bar by quite a lot. They're increasing I don't remember the measurement of brightness of the light bulbs beyond so it's far beyond harmonious and it causes a panic and your fight or flight in it, and people already feel like that. No matter when you go shopping, most
Exactly.
empaths know that. You can feel everybody, that feeling of lack and panic of spending money,
Yeah.
like is
Yeah.
just constant through the
Yeah.
store that you're feeling off of everybody else. But then now it's up in the bar. So what's happening? It's intended to cause people to panic buy
Mhm.
because it also has that when you're in that fight or flight, people will often purchase.
Yeah.
But then you also don't want to go back to return it. Once you finally get out of that place, it's like, well, it's mine
You're like,
now.
I guess I'm keeping it.
Right.
You just, yeah, I see it as also like it'll force us to get things delivered,
Yeah.
just as long as I don't have to go in there,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
I've been doing that a lot more, honestly. She just got her ET costume in the mail. She was super excited. That's what she's going to be for Halloween.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And right on time with
Yep.
all these
Yeah.
foreign
She's
bodies
wearing it
coming.
right now.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Josie's in the audience, and I'm just gonna echo back. What's going on? Yes, thank you for finding us. She says I was lost in some kind of Twilight Zone chat. I found everyone.
I'm glad she found this.
We were talking about how it feels like Mercury retrograde, because we are having so much craziness going on
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But then also you weren't able to get the camera going and on the restream.
I was like, okay, okay, you know what? Let me back up. I'm glad there's options.
Yeah, 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 me too.
Yeah.
Um, I never really got to this point in the conversation, so I was hoping to ask you, because you've done so many different things, like you've been doing this for a while, like,
Uh,
so there's two questions. First one, when did you really start to kind of notice or like awaken or I don't know, that's one of those things where there's so many phases in your life, I know, but like
yeah.
the one when you really started to take on the role of a practitioner, I guess.
Um, the awakening for me was like, I'd say 2010.
Mm.
And then 2012 was like, oh, there's others, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I started on this journey. I'm a, as my mom says, bass backwards kind of practitioner. I'm that kind of person anyway. I jumped in head first with Andaras first, which
Mm.
are really high frequency monatomic crystals.
Wow.
And I noticed everyone in there, that was 2016, everyone in there was a Reiki master or practitioner. And I was like,
Ooh.
what's this Reiki stuff? Right. And I was kind of resistant,
Yeah.
which means last lifetime I was probably, it's probably a
Right.
problem. um, and my mom had become a Reiki master. And I met some of her friends and I was like, everyone seems cool. This is okay. If the class shows up, if there's a teacher near my house and it's affordable, I'll go. And within a week, a friend was like, hey, I just
Right.
met you that other time. And it worked out. Energy works that way, very synchronistic.
Yeah.
And so since 2016, I've been integrating it into my practice. And I sped ahead, like within a year, Reiki master teacher. Like I was like,
Wow.
yeah. And in the Reiki master class, I met someone who was into Sekhem. And the only teacher in Canada was in Toronto, in my city. And I was like, oh, and that's taught to level 2 and up. And so I jumped into there too. And that's my jam. I mix Usui Reiki with Sekhem Reiki, which has an initiation or attunement that's very Egyptian and very Syrian
Ooh.
in nature.
Yeah.
Um, and it's very divine feminine, as in, I would describe it as a giant grandmother, giant,
Mm.
yes, hugs
Yeah.
you, rocks you back and forth,
Yeah.
hates your makeup, but gives you money anyway.
I love
Like,
that.
I'm going to get that. You asked, that was your intention to clear that. I'm going to show you where it came from, rip it out, and it's filled with love and compassion.
Yeah.
And so it takes about 3 weeks to integrate afterwards. It's important to be nice to yourself. I tried to push it once and I'll never do that again. It can show up, you know, like any type of energy healing. If you push past too fast or too hard, it can show up as like cold and sinus issues or flu-like issues, you know, same as any attunement. But yeah, I tend to go hard, I guess.
Yeah.
I think early on I was approached to do group work, and I love it. Distance work, in person's awesome too. People come to me to clear, big time clear and integrate. Yeah, on all levels, all timelines, all of it. So I really enjoy that. And yeah,
And that's the Sekhem.
Sekhem, yeah,
Sekhem. I saw it. Josie wrote it how it's spelled. If anyone's curious.
awesome. I can't
Yeah.
see the feed, so I'm
I'll
glad you
read it
can
to
see
you.
it.
She also said
Okay.
yeah, we're had to do something else for anyone
Yeah.
wondering. So I don't have anybody from Facebook on here, not because I excluded you on purpose. I just can't restream. Is that she says it's like liquid fire that doesn't burn from my experience.
Mm.
She got me on our last group healing, laugh out loud. Took me a while to come back.
It did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was, you know, Josie can talk when she's ready. And we all were like, "How are you, Josie?" And she was just for a while.
That's awesome.
Integrating. It takes a bit, you know, with Usui Reiki, a lot of times once the session is closed, you can talk about your experience almost immediately. With Sekhem, it'll take a bit, and it's like I'm still realizing I'm not part of the bed that we
Yeah,
practiced
yeah.
on. And I'm just, my eyesight is now, okay, this is the dimension I'm in. And, you know, the colors start to come in. But with Sekhem, I want to say you don't practice on people who have been on antipsychotics because it can make them see more.
Mm,
And right, it can expand on that. So yeah,
interesting.
Sekhem is, it's wonderful to me, especially, but it's known as the healer's healing, if that
Ah.
makes sense. Yeah.
So what's the difference between this type of Reiki? What's the other one called?
Usui and Sekhem. Usui
What's
is the original one. Yeah,
I didn't
from
know
the
there were
Taoist.
different kinds,
Oh,
honestly.
there's over 70 kinds of Reiki. Yeah.
Huh.
Sekhem is newly rediscovered, um,
Yeah.
but is older than Reiki, because its origins are quite prevalent in, like, the initiations feel older, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really fascinated. I'm writing that down because I'm going to do some more research about that.
Yeah. With Usui Reiki, it's very relaxing and can help with healing. That's why they have Reiki practitioners in hospitals, in hospice, with cancer care. I like to be on people's cancer team if I can.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Cool.
part of the team is nice.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome. So, uh,
I hope I answered your question, but
yeah, you did.
I
You
did. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I know that you actually have like other types of practitioner kind of training too. You're kind of like
I do.
you remind me of like a sewing kit from like your grandma. You got like everything you need in that sewing kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you offer sessions for anyone asking. I'm gonna
I do.
put that information in the description of this video when we're done. It was in the other thing, but it's
Right, right. We're
so
not at the same place, but we're able to communicate better this way.
yeah. So you want to describe some of the other kinds of things that you do, and what I'm going to do while we're live,
Yeah,
I'm going to put this in the comment section, some of your
sure.
contact information while they can
Okay,
find it.
thank you.
Yeah.
What else do? I teach all 4 levels of Usui Reiki. So level 1, 2, I should say first degree, second degree, third degree, or Reiki master and master teacher. And I can help people build their manuals, um, and set up their own mentorship and practice. I have a Reiki share, an in-person and Reiki share every month here in Toronto. And we have a lot of fun practicing with each other and building our practice. And what I'm working on is master teacher with Sekhem. So my teacher is the only one in Canada, and she's chosen two of us to teach. And we're hoping that starts this year.
Wow.
I also make jewelry. I wire wrap. I'll hold this up. This is an indigo shaman Andara, and I wire wrap that and make a chain. Yeah, I sell Andaras too. I have some like this one in my store.
What type of stone is that?
This is an Andara. This is an electric blue, and it activates the throat chakra.
Yeah, I can totally tell.
Exactly. And I've come up with my own crystal healing card deck for healers and practitioners and people who are just interested in crystals, because I find a lot of times we have to refer back to the crystal Bible and say, what does this mean? What's it, right? So I wanted to put everything on one card: an affirmation, stone of, like say, stone of compassion, 3 points, a meaning, and the elements and the zodiac sign.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a lot of, so you
I just started that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's going to take a little while, probably, won't you think?
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be such a great resource, man. If I had something like that, like, yeah, and I know this is some of the knowledge that, including home remedies and home remedies, meaning natural healing, really, herbs and stuff, and I'm not talking about the kind that you get high on when I say herbs, but everybody to each their own. What we're talking about is real healing.
Right.
These are the books that were burned in the book burnings,
Exactly.
These were the informations that we lost only in the 60s, up to the 60s,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
think about some of the people who are still carrying the torch in this time. Like when you said herbal medicine, Rosemary Gladstar started me. There were little books she had, and I was like, oh, I can do all this with tea tree oil. I can make fire cider. Like, she'll have the recipe out and the video, and it's been really helpful.
What's her name? I don't know this one.
Rosemary Gladstar.
Gladstar.
I think she has 2 R's. She might not.
I'm totally checking it. Thank you.
But she is totally that lady in the forest.
Awesome. Totally. I'm from the Hulda Clark generation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then, of course, we have Barbara O'Neill, who
yes, we do.
Is really useful.
She's all over TikTok.
She's amazing. Yeah, some of it you're like, the AI stuff is just driving me crazy. Stop hijacking people, please.
And we can see it. We can see her lips aren't moving according to the sound.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like her, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like a person.
Mm-hmm. And she has 8 fingers.
Right. That's something. The fingers, I'm an artist, and so is my daughter. And that's always the joke is when once you master how to do hands, that's when you're an artist.
Yeah. You really feel accomplished when you got hands.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised when AI can't pull it off, but it's a telling, and where did that extra arm/hand come from?
Yeah. Very interesting.
So, and then you offer sessions, but I'm curious, how does do you like when a person's doing a session with you, do you kind of, do they pick what they want you to do, or
usually what I've noticed since the eclipse, I've had consultations almost every day trying to figure out what they want or what they need, what they're looking for, and they're getting like combination things. So just to give you an example, this week I had a consultation with a gentleman who has a health issue, is really into astrology, and father of 2. And he said, okay, this is my birth time. Do your thing. I want a whole set. and tell me where to wear it. And you know what I mean? And I'm like, yes, I
Awesome.
love this, right? So it's still expanding,
Yeah.
and I find there are certain things I don't want to do. So I'll take those off my list, or
Yeah.
it's not popular. I'm seeing energy tune-ups instead of laying the person out, just sitting up straight, putting a couple of crystals in their hands, something on their head, and doing just a sweep and a check-in to the chest.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, and people love that. So it depends on the timing and season, depends on the people.
Right.
Yeah, I'm seeing different people than I did last year, that's for sure.
That's something worth pointing out too. I
Yeah.
mean, we've really seen a big shift in
Yeah. People
everything.
never suspected we're into it, are into it.
It's a butcher.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, Ralph.
Sure, I can help. I didn't know you knew about this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see people, like we were saying, didn't think they were into that, and they can tell you do what you do.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I
They
mean? And
spot
I'm
you in the
like,
crowd.
who told you that? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, are you a Reiki master? Who told you're a financial advisor? What do you know? Like,
Yeah.
never mind, I'm not asking that anymore, because that person could tell. Was I dressed like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I looked the
Do I
part
got
or
hippie
whatever.
tattooed on my forehead?
Exactly. Exactly. I didn't have a feather in my hand. I didn't have a cauldron in my hand. What's going
Right.
on? What did you see? Right. So I don't want to think that no one can see what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of us were hiding, especially during COVID,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of forced to come out, um, and sit up straight and say, hey, I'm a healer, or hey, I can do this. And now it's quite interesting to see who can see it and feel it. And
Yeah.
that's what's been really surprising for me.
I agree. I agree. It's so much fun though. At the same,
Yeah.
I know that, feel that too. My most recent example. This has happened before in other places where I live too, but it's just so much
Wow.
fun. It's like this this older gentleman. He's probably, I don't know. I've never been very good at figuring out how old somebody is, but I would guess around 60 or 70.
Okay.
And good old boy, just super, like, you could tell he was been on the farm all day, you know.
Yeah.
And he turned around and looked at me and said, "Crazy energies today, huh?" And then turned back around again, like, and I was just like,
Exactly. Like one of those movies where, some entity turned around in someone's body and talked to you, spoke your
yeah.
language. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
how did you know that? Somebody else tried to tell me what ascension symptoms were. I saw on this. Yeah, I was
Wait,
like, really?
wait, because I followed you for years. Yours was the spot people could really go, okay, Pamela, I'm feeling this,
Yeah.
and I'm feeling this.
Right.
It's been a nice place we can gather about our ascension symptoms,
Thank you.
because there's usually one in the room
Yeah.
in real life, and then we come to, and we're all experiencing the same types of things, right?
Yeah.
And now it's interesting to see who is talking about solar flares and CMEs and
Yeah.
Schumann resonance. And I'm like, uh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
We're
asked for this
here.
time though.
Yeah, we did. We've been waiting forever
So
for
why are
this.
we surprised?
I know, I know, I know. We've gotten so used to operating in the sucky way. Not to be
It's
say it
true.
was sucky, it was just harder.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to operate like we needed a password to
Yeah.
go into that door, and
Yeah, the secret knock and
right.
handshake.
Exactly. And less people in the group. And yeah, this is what we've asked for. And I can see through what's happening in the news and in the world that it's on its way, because
Yeah.
people are fed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at Nepal, look at France, you
I
know.
actually I haven't clicked the news in like 9 years.
I
So
don't click the news, but it's in my TikTok feed. And I
yeah.
had to put it down for the past couple of days. I'm like, okay, that's enough for me.
Right.
you know,
I
but
clicked the news a lot in 2020. I just want to
mm,
correct my statement. You know how sometimes you say something and you don't realize you lied, but then when you find it out, you want to fix it?
but
My own
2020,
goodness.
it feels like it was yesterday a lot of
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do catch some of the things going on through memes,
Hmm.
actually. I
Hmm.
love memes. If anybody
Yeah.
knows me on Facebook, that's what you'll see on my page.
That's
But
awesome.
like, that's how I find out about news. In fact, I also have a meme that says, I don't know what's going on if it's not a meme thread.
Yeah. 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 And I'm not watching news. If it's playing in a place, I'm not facing it. I already know the weather. That's all I need. Thank you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because
Yeah.
some things I used to do hair for television and the news was downstairs,
Oh,
right? And you'd go to the washroom and the whole 24-hour ticker tape was happening. Like it was
right.
happening all over the building. And if you're there all week, you just walk out paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see
Very
that.
strange energy to be in.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Nice people, but I don't know how they did it all day, to be
Or
honest.
I don't know how you did it either. Good job.
Me neither. Yeah.
Well, so now that you're able to understand what's going on, and like this is kind of a question like on behalf of all of us in the collective of the awakening, so what do we do with these big, because you're an energy worker, it's those
Right.
who don't know yet because they've just come onto the show, you're a practitioner for many years and have a lot of experience, and I'm wondering because there's this spiritual hygiene we all need to do. We
Yeah.
need it more now, it seems. So
It's
what would you
mandatory.
suggest? Sorry.
Well, even though I'm teaching my Reiki students to do this, I advise everyone to do this. I just saw a friend that's a pastry chef and I showed him how to do this. Dry bathing is very needed. It's an aura sweep. You can literally cross your body in
Yeah.
an X, go down the arms, chest, legs, shake it out, you know. Um, Salt bath.
Yeah.
If not, if you don't have one, I get some salt in some warm water in the shower in like one of those yogurt tubs, and I'll pour it over my head at the end of the shower.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because sometimes you're like, I don't feel like cleaning the tub, or
Right,
I don't
right.
feel like doing all the things. I also, of course, I'm going to get into crystals. So selenite, that's my selenite.
Oh, I love
I
that.
I don't play.
I got a new tower. I got to show you my tower. This is from
Let's
all,
see.
all of my, I put these stones around it to
Yeah.
keep them
Oh
clean.
yeah.
This is
Look
fun.
at that.
Isn't that
Yeah.
neat?
Yeah.
It flakes off, so you got to be careful if you got
No
something like this.
water. Yeah. No
Yeah,
water.
don't put
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't put that in the tumbler.
Yeah. So I used to at the salon, I would in between clients put around about 5 small selenite wands and step in it.
Ooh.
And that would really recharge and cleanse beautifully.
Wait, what would you put it in?
So I had like really small wands. So
Huh?
maybe, not this big, obviously, but that long.
Like little thin ones like this,
Yes.
right?
And I set them up in a pentagram, like just
Oh,
5
I got you. Yeah,
sides, and I'd stand in it,
that's a great idea.
right? Like a vortex, and it
Yeah,
really recharged and cleansed my energy.
yeah.
Yeah, of
Do you ever connect things with the selenite? So like you touch one stone and bring it over.
course.
That's a
Because
really good thing for your
I
energy
tell the
space.
students to have selenite or slabs to cleanse your chakra stones in between clients,
Yeah,
right? Have 2 sets and have the selenite.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it really helps. Salt soak, I said that. Water, of course, and having salt water in your space helps.
yeah.
Yeah. I find what I'm finding with people who are,
What about smoke?
of course, well, I've got some over here too. It's like I burned it at first. I'm like, maybe that's why my camera's not working. um, with folks like we were talking about, how you said the butcher
Yeah.
just, said energies.
Hmm.
Um, they have some good tips and tricks too
Yeah.
that were passed down. Salt water, a lot of times, smoke cleanse, cedar is great.
Yeah.
Um, I of course sage. Um, there's so many things. Florida water, I make my own.
What is Florida water?
So it's like a cologne. I have mine in the old bottle. This is the bottle, but I mine's red. Theirs is green. It's like green or blue. It's, damn,
Oh.
it's floral, like everything. It's florals. Anyways, my husband makes vodka, and so I can use. Can you put some aside for me, and I can make like a year's worth of Florida water. So any
Oh.
type of there's lavender water, rose water works really well too.
It's
I
like a
put it in the spray
tincture.
bottle. Hmm?
It's like a tincture,
Yeah, of
basically.
course. Yeah. Essential
Wow.
oils work, you know. But yeah, I anything I can do, you know, especially before when I was doing hair, I was always cleansing my energy and getting
Yeah.
things off because a lot of us are magnets for the debris. And then
Yeah.
we get home and we're like this, like
Yeah.
bears covered in muck, you know? And at the end of the week, that's anxiety. I can't sleep,
Yeah.
overthinking. It's so many things: imposter syndrome, shame,
Right.
rage, things you didn't, it's not even yours, you
Yeah.
know? Traffic, never mind. Like,
Exactly. That's
yeah,
exactly what it is. You know,
yeah.
it's kind of fun too, because based on the time of day, you can actually, it looks like little streams like behind me here to
Oh, yeah,
me.
yeah.
And they're like all like wiggling around in front. But
Mm.
if the closer to 3 a.m., the more that they line up. Where
Mm.
instead of being all like tangled and like now I got all my bracelets on because we were playing show and tell. But yeah. But like and then it calms down enough and I think that's why we can get so many messages later on
Yeah, it makes
at the day
sense.
in like 3 a.m. or so is that it can come through. It's like waiting to like merge for like all day
Right,
long,
right.
you know,
Yeah,
but at the same time, you can tell where people are holding on to a lot.
yes.
Meaning, I'll go for like a little stroll down the street at night late, and you can tell what house because of just the energy feels. You notice your shoulders going into your
Yeah,
ears, you know?
yeah. Uh, I've had to realize um, how it shows up in feeling. Because I'll get feelings before words, if that
Mm.
makes sense. So somebody will be like, "How are you today?" Or "How would you grade the energies?" I'm like, interpretive dance and sound effects would be easier for me than just describing this, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to describe the fact that somebody's holding something in or something, you come in the room and realize you're the first one or only one to notice. You're arguing, you're lying, you're not to accuse, but you can feel there's issues that haven't been discussed.
Yeah.
Someone's uncomfortable in this situation, or the room. So when I teach, I like to make sure everyone understands that it's a room full of energetically sensitive people. So don't try anything.
Yeah.
If I said cut back on nicotine before you come for your attunement for the 3 to 5 days beforehand, don't think you can sneak one in the parking lot and get by them.
Right.
The rest of us feel it. We don't have to smell it. It's like a wrapper on on candy. We're just like, hi, what'd you bring with you?
Yeah.
It's a respect thing. We all can feel this thing. We're all energetically sensitive. So I make sure that the classroom especially is set before you guys come in, that took a few years to understand because I was like, I'm feeling this and this and this, and I was feeling frustration.
Yeah.
I was feeling critiqued, judged,
Right.
and not confident in the way I was teaching. And I realized I had to teach my way. What feels better? Oh, I like to teach in a circle. I like to set the energy in the room before I let everyone in. So the one person who's like, I don't know if you know, the door's locked. No, I know. Thanks. It's because you brought that anxious energy. So can you chill? And then now look at you. You know, I've
Yeah,
had to learn that, you know, through trial and error, of course. But
right.
yeah, I we're all really sensitive with energy. We
Yeah,
just can't always say it, you know,
right.
especially
I,
now.
especially, yeah, I love that. You're
Yeah.
right about especially now too, because there's more voices in the pot now too.
Yep. Yep.
You know, where people, like we were saying before, those individuals maybe have only appeared in order to be a naysayer long enough to drive by with their mocking and you don't see
Yep.
them again. But
Right.
now it's everyone's talking, you
Yeah.
know, and it's, I agree with you. I think it's so funny. I'll have full on sessions with people and like 90% of what they said isn't true. I'm not going to tell you that I know you're lying. It's not mine to
Right.
say. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to play.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
However, if it's complicating or compromising the session,
Mhm.
then, or what I'm here to do, what I'll typically do is I won't be available to meet with that person again
Right. Right.
because it's not worth my time
Right.
to me. I'd rather do anything else really
Yeah.
than sit with somebody lying to me, you
That
know?
part. It's quite draining,
Yeah.
you know. I think about, I'm not saying we're at this level, but when I witnessed, I think Oprah had a special where she had Deepak, um, Ian Van Zant, and I forget, I think Michael Beckwith. And they had a table and just there was a lineup and people came and within a minute they knew what the problem was, you know, because they're in their element as when it comes to embodiment, you
Yeah.
know, like Deepak could see things immediately. So what the real problem is, and he in that special, he was so good at that. And I think of that every time when your energy workers are like, I see you.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt you a while ago. You
Right.
know? Like, you know, I think, like I said, folks have problems putting it into words. Like
Yeah.
children feel energy immediately,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and I think back to many of us as children, I would walk up to strangers and ask if they were mad at me because I could feel the fact that they were angry about something.
Right.
Right? We take it personally because we're children,
Yeah.
not knowing we're sensitive to energy,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
I used to ask that question all the time,
All the
even in my
time.
20s too.
Yeah.
I'm not, I didn't mature
Especially in my
through it
20s.
it took a while.
Something changed. What's going on? Are you mad at
Yeah.
me? Yeah. And I'd be like, why do you keep saying that? Or something. Now I know
Yeah.
they weren't forthright with this, or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially the kind of anger that to me it looks like a cloud.
Yeah.
It like the cloud you can barely see the person through the cloud.
Mhm.
It's like real thick.
Yeah.
And when you feel that when that kind of anger is in the room, like most of the time that's when I'm like, I think I need to take out the garbage or something really
Exactly.
important
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah. And I see all the ways the energetically sensitive people react. Somebody's nauseous, someone has a headache,
Yeah.
someone goes, it's icky in here, ew. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they
Yeah.
all experience it in a different way, but in their body,
Yeah.
you know? And the thing we need to do is practice how it shows up in our body, you know?
To
And
learn
then
that
we're like, oh,
vocabulary.
trust me, I know what that means. I
Yeah.
know what that means too. Yeah. Yeah. And that takes patience. It takes tuning things out. It takes, I don't know, delusion. You know,
Mm.
I'm not going to hang with that today, or I'm
Right.
not going to go to that when I know I'm going to be out late and it's too noisy or whatever, overstimulation for me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize at what level I was functioning until I had a reset where you're just like, oh, this is silence.
Yeah.
Oh, this is rest, you know?
This is
Yeah.
what my energy really feels like.
Hmm.
That's something that I had to do was And I found that to be the most powerful of all the things I've done now that I think of it, was I learned what my own energy feels like by
Yeah,
leaving everyone else's energy long enough to do it,
that part.
including devices and
Yeah.
technology of any kind.
Yeah. And I learned that, thanks for pointing that out. I learned that almost a year ago fully.
Yeah,
Like I can tell you what's in a notebook and I can read it to you and I can demonstrate it, but it has to be embodiment.
yeah,
I can't tell you to do more self-care and I'm not doing more self-care. I can't tell you to rest and I'm not resting.
right.
So, yeah, I had a mild ischemic stroke almost a year ago, and I learned that I was not functioning with sleep. I
Uh-huh.
wasn't sleeping well. I was doing too much. I was people pleasing too much,
Mm.
you know. Um, and I the stroke blessed me. I couldn't be on the phone anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would overstimulate me to be on Instagram for more than 10 minutes, right? It was a headache and suddenly tears would, and I'm like, whoa, I'm allergic to social media. Like, what's this? You know? And I needed to rest. Like, if someone had some anxious feelings on the phone because they're worried about me, if they had some anxious feelings on the phone, I would start yawning. And that's recovery from a stroke, but also it's my body. What's that somatic,
Yeah.
when you do the flutter taps or you'll start to yawn because your nervous system's resetting. I had no idea I was functioning at that level.
Wow.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I'll take a nap, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah. Yeah.
So the trick here, and I love your example, thank you for sharing so openly about your
Sure.
experience with this, is that, we can catch this before there ends up being some type of a trauma or tragedy of some
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
I've also witnessed this with people. Like, my favorite story is somebody who, over and over again, first she had like something she like um uh walked funny and did something with her ankle. I can't remember if she like what the injury was called exactly. Anyway, so and she was meant to rest, but she didn't. And then, then she had a car accident
Yep.
and she was meant to rest and she didn't. And then she had a really bad car accident and she was meant to rest and she still walked with no car because the car was totaled. She walked to work even though everybody was like, you know, you should stay. And then she had like a whole body cancer. Like, she had all these crazy cysts and stuff. And that was when she finally said, I need to take a break.
Yeah.
And when she finally did, things started to change for her. It's just that it's not a punishment, but if we're not going to do it without someone outside of us telling us to, we're probably not going to do it.
Yeah. It's true. I had a reading, an ancestral reading, I'd say last May, and I felt like my aunts, my great aunts, were outside of the room discussing my punishment because I got caught terrorizing my little brother. I was like, I'm really in trouble. I can't use my dimples. I can't bribe them. Like, I felt like,
Yeah, yeah,
because they were really like, you got to step into your purpose now.
yeah.
Right. And then the stroke happened in October. I was making plans, going according to society by saying, okay, in January, I'll retire. I'll just do this little
Yeah.
working two
One
jobs a
more,
day.
just one more.
Until my body said, yeah, you're not listening. Right.
Yeah.
And instead of going to the salon, I went to the hospital that morning.
Wow.
And I had all female or young doctors who were like, I better not see you here again. Right. And
Yeah.
they were showing me how to take breaks. I wasn't even in that mind space,
Yeah.
what a break was or what self-care was, or that was overstimulating. I
Yeah.
was just used to doing so much. it's not like everyone was giving me stuff to do. I was like collecting it.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
totally. I
Yeah.
get it.
Trying to stay
And
busy or something. I don't know.
and
But
being somebody who's able to assist so many people, I get it. I get it. I know exactly. I did me
okay.
too.
Yeah.
Like, and um I got to I was at a precipice. The difference between uh my situation is that I've been able to see and communicate with spirit since I was 4. And so they're a little bit more, I can have a clearer conversation
Hmm.
than some can. And they told me,
Yeah.
they told me it's time to stop. It's time to slow the F down. They
You don't
don't,
want it to be a car accident.
yeah,
You don't want it to be a stroke.
yeah,
Like I'm seeing people really fight and try and fit into the mainstream of whatever they think it needs to be. But once you're in the hospital, you realize it's all a lie.
yeah,
Like the whole thing. Vegan doesn't save you from having a stroke
right, right,
at all.
right,
You know, if you're functioning at that level, you can't do it forever, period. Yeah.
right.
I'm the first person. So it seems whoever I'm coming across, I'm like, let me tell you something. If I were
Yeah,
you, how about right now? Have a seat.
yeah.
And I think I called all of my aunts, my father on my father's side, because I'm the third woman 50 and under to have the same stroke.
Wow.
So this is ancestral, right? So I
Yeah.
called them all and was like, if you're watching your stories and folding clothes, put the clothes down now. You know, like that's
Yeah,
enough. We have to stop this.
yeah,
I think, we keep going so we don't have to feel something.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have such a compassionate heart, all of us. I know that, everyone listening too, I've shared this because
Yeah.
we're all service to others oriented.
100.
That's,
100%.
the measurement of good and evil is service to self or service to others,
Mhm.
and like I said it that way because there really isn't any of those good and evil that people
No.
use those words for.
Yeah.
That's too, anyway. Um, and because of that, and if we have the ability, something that will assist people, we want to offer it.
Yeah.
We want to, and honestly, I want to offer it for free, but I
Yeah.
can't.
You can't.
It's just not something, that's something else about honoring myself. Allowing there to be, a shared energy
Yeah.
exchange is important.
Reiki, that's one of the 5 principles. Fair energy exchange. And it taught me something in hair. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm like,
Please. Yeah.
we empaths need this.
Yeah.
Fair energy exchange. And I feel bad charging. I think we're here to heal whatever was happening before with healers centuries ago, you know, where they were penniless or had nowhere to live. But I'm reminded that the healer was provided for in the village.
Yeah.
If you were a weaver, you gave her a blanket or gave him a blanket.
Right.
If you made jam, she had jam. Like
Right.
we
Exactly.
have to do this because society doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And fair energy exchange literally can be cookies sometimes.
Yeah.
It's fine. I
Yeah.
was on my way there anyway, or whatever. But something has to be exchanged. Yeah. I
Yeah.
do talk to my students a lot about that.
That's a tradition in the First Nations people, the Native American people too, is you always bring a gift
Yes.
you just do. Usually it's
Yeah.
tobacco
Yeah.
based because it's
Mhm.
like, or sage or something like this,
Yeah.
but
Or your
always,
art,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 2 Reiki practitioners find each other in a waiting room. They go
Yeah.
practice on each other, and somebody's like, I painted a rock here. The other one's like, me too, or whatever.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
always ends up happening. I think we got it right, and
Yeah.
we're gonna shift society. You know,
Yeah.
we already are anyway.
Right. And we're in it. And it takes, though, allowing yourself to honor yourself as you would
Mhm.
someone else. And
Yes.
I know you want us to do something. Are we running out of time? Do you have time?
No, no, I
Okay.
have nowhere to be.
Okay, I have something else I wanted to add too, though.
Yeah.
It's just like because we don't always realize that what it is that we're doing is meant to be shared
Yes.
back to us, to allow yourself to receive
Hmm.
that, allowing yourself to receive in for me required self-forgiveness.
Yes.
And it's one of those complicated things because it turned out that, and it turns out I was doing what a lot of people do, that when we're so good at forgiving others, we take responsibility of some of it at least
Yeah.
while we're doing that. Well, I shouldn't have been there, done that,
Mhm.
had this thing happen. And that ownership goes here.
Yeah.
And so that person's now forgiven, and I've added and added and added and added. Over a year, you got like that many things, just 1 year,
Yeah.
and that's not even including the shame and blame and guilt and all this other crap,
It becomes
that all
resentment
piles
in the
up.
healer.
What was that?
It becomes resentment in the healer,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, which can
Right.
become bitterness, right?
Yeah. And the martyr stuff picks up.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I wrote down what you said, allowing ourselves to receive, hard for people.
yeah.
And I notice it in group settings, group healings, all women, there's tears, it's fine. Someone has to leave a lot of times. I can't take this right now. Because this channel from the left, where we receive, where we give, right? And the heart, that's a channel. And we keep giving, we can't receive. We don't feel worthy to receive.
Yeah.
It can be hard when the heart
Yeah.
space expands and cracks open. And it can be hard, but um, I love witnessing it. I won't lie. There's this look on their face like, what did you just do? I didn't do that. You invited that in.
Yeah.
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 The giving and the receiving. I'm seeing, I've seen it this whole time I've been practicing, how hard it is for us to receive
Yeah.
and feel deserving of it. Yeah.
The self-worth and all that
Mhm. Mhm.
low self-worth talk that
Forgiveness,
we've,
self forgiveness.
yeah,
Yeah. Not easy.
no.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's not more work to do. You just need to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, and I try and say that you don't have more work to do. Stop.
Yeah.
Please. Just cry. Just get the extra blanket, eat the donut, whatever you need.
Yeah, I like that.
But feel the feelings. It's important to feel the feelings because it can become illness. Physical disease is spiritual disease, period.
Yes.
Yeah. And you said that about the foot or the leg, the person, and then they got the car accident.
Yeah.
Problems in the knees and feet. I'm afraid to walk into the future, right? And
Mm.
just last year, what was it, June, July, my foot was acting up. I was afraid of the future. Well, this year has been okay. You had a stroke, you moved houses, you move workplaces. It's like, what is left in this 9 year, right? But I have to be open to the change because I've been fighting it for so long. Because I don't want more foot problems. No,
Right.
thank you. You know,
When today actually is a 999 day, if you take away the one from
true.
the 19, there's
There's three 999 days this month, I think. The
yeah.
27th as well, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a major month.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so big. And being ready for this equinox, this partial solar eclipse, this new moon,
Mhm.
all that stuff that's happening in just a couple of days.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you are on this show right now today f for a lot of different, very in alignment kind of ways, and that's one of them. It's like I feel like you're meant to help give something for the collective to be able to use for the sacred time and ceremony and some type of healing.
Yeah. I was noticing that too. And I was like, oh, this isn't letting up, huh? I called Josie. I'm not, this isn't, okay. I'm gonna be on the show in the thick of it.
It's gonna
Okay,
happen.
okay. And these things start to come to me in dreams, right? Like not what it'll look like, but the Andaras will present themselves, or, colors will present themselves, or I'll get words like empowerment or receiving or something like that. And it'll give me an indication for what the group is needing,
Yeah.
which is very helpful because I'm like, ugh. And it's best if I just jump in,
Right.
and just give everybody what they, yeah, just
That
be
makes
the
sense.
open channel.
So what
Yeah.
does everyone need?
Um, Integration, because they're being activated. It's not like they're not being activated. Um, so help with the wobble, basically. Yeah.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
Heck
Like,
yeah.
the ascension symptoms or whatever it is that's coming to the planet, make it easier on the body. You kind of want to, you hope you can get at the top of the wave
Yeah.
and ride it instead of, whoa, this one knocked me out because we were
Yeah.
doing too much, right?
Yeah.
So gauging our energy is important. But yeah, that's what I'm getting.
That's
I'd love to
also
hear from
cool.
them. I'd love to hear from them. If you see anything.
Any comments for people?
Mm-hmm.
It's Josie's been just so supportive. She's so cool. She's just written so much.
I'm excited. Her fingers might need a rest.
Last thing she says, she's like, "Nope, we don't stop."
No, we don't. Yeah.
There is so I just wanted to echo something because this is I know I'm holding my camera up, my phone up to the cameras. It doesn't always it turned out okay.
Right. That's
That's the
us
Shin.
now.
Yeah, it's right now. This is integration energy.
Yeah.
Like this is for me the most difficult
Yeah.
when people see like the big spike energy in the Schumann, and yeah, that is pretty remarkable. And yeah, there was a time, but I just want to show you. Look, this
Yeah.
is day by day by day. Look
Yeah.
how long we've
Yeah.
been in integration.
Yeah.
Like these big spikes aren't that big of a deal. It's this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's not so much this stuff. It's this stuff.
Yeah.
And
Because
like
that stuff, the blue and
the
green,
integration
it's
energy.
literally, you got to do it all right now in this moment.
Yeah.
Whereas you get a hit, downtime. That was last year.
Yeah, yeah,
There's no downtime.
yeah.
Yeah, integration energy can be, it can wear you out. It can
Yeah.
be draining. Um, but again, listening to the body. Suddenly I need a nap. It's only 20 minutes, but it felt like it was 2 hours or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, I've made it so everything's ready in case I do wake up at 3 a.m. and I got some stuff I need to write down
Yeah,
or
good.
record, right? Um, but yeah, help with the wobble. I just find people who normally have got it, as or people who think they have,
Yeah.
um, they've been reaching out like, so when's this gonna let up?
Yeah.
Because I was describing it a few days ago, like some larger entity wringing out a washcloth, like there's
Yeah.
no more liquid. What do you want? Like you're just
Yeah.
like, give it a minute, and we're not getting it. So we've gotta up our self-care. We have
Yeah.
to. Yeah. And I
100%.
think it feels like every month I have to remind people, hey, you just have to ask, what are you
Yeah.
waiting for? A migraine?
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're not supposed to have that for that long as well. Like get checked out, ask for help, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to
Definitely.
be, I'll take care of it. It's fine. It's a
Right.
lie. It's a lie. You're not fine. It's okay.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and allowing yourself the honor of addressing it
Mhm.
often is translated as selfish, but in fact, it's a selfless act when you
Yeah.
really consider it.
Yeah.
First of all, because it's so hard for
Yeah.
us early on, you can see that it's something that's needing to be done,
Yeah.
to learn how to do that. But then also, you're learning to fill up your cup so you can feed from it.
Exactly. I asked someone today, you know, we all get to this point where it's a small cup, and then overnight the cup has become this big,
Mm.
or it's become a bathtub. It's going to take
Yeah.
longer to fill.
Yeah.
And your self-care is making sure that water is crystal clear,
Yeah.
no rocks, no twigs, there's no holes, no cracks. It's the care of the water and the vessel,
Yeah.
you know, and what spills over is what's available to others. So
Yeah.
it feels easy. It's fine. I have the capacity. Imagine what I gave myself today. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
has to be that. And we're deserving of that as healers. We should be giving it to ourselves. It's not something I can't believe I have to treat myself well. You
Yeah,
should.
I
You
know.
know what I mean? We have that energy. I
Yeah.
noticed that with some people. I can't believe I had to. Yeah, go do it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't anything. I'm not saying go spend a lot of money, but anything. I'm a person who will get in a fancy robe that the fabric feels great and walk around the house. I'm short. It has lots of lots of fabric, and it trails down the steps, and it feels better. You know, because I need to feel better right now. You know.
Yeah.
So just as an example, we don't always have to buy tools.
Right.
You know,
I
we can
agree.
make ceremony out of a tea. You know.
And the more steps we have in a ceremony, the more profound, because each time you're declaring your intention, whether in your mind or out loud,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and I find that as a person who, oh, I don't know what to even call myself, but we assist a lot of people in a lot of different ways. All of us do.
Mhm.
We find it more, uh, it's easier to do when you're doing it for someone else.
Yes.
And so I found a loophole is I'm doing it for my future self.
Yes.
And the way that it is, it like when I receive it as that future me, I feel it as profound as I do a high frequency being sending me love.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's awesome. And didn't they just, wasn't that a meme or
Hmm.
report had come out that that gut feeling is your future self giving you the
Really?
indication that this is the route to take or something
Huh.
like that? And I was like, so many people were like, I knew it. You know how science catches up to
Right.
us, you know? But I find that interesting because with Reiki, there is no time or space. You can
Yeah.
send Reiki to your past self, to your 6-year-old self, whatever. I'll send it to my destination. You know, if I know 2 people are going to be there arguing, I'm sending it there. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
sent Reiki to this today because I was nervous for a second. And I was like, I'm just going to do my thing. Right. We just want to set up, make sure we ate,
Yeah.
get some water, and we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it can add to the reassurance,
Yeah.
you know, that it's all going to be fine. You know,
That's awesome.
yes, it looks like it's burning out there.
Yeah.
I'm not denying it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but also like for my house, I have to be good,
Yeah.
you know, and for my community, I have to be good. So, and they will cuss me. They all came to cuss me after the stroke. Trust me.
Yeah.
All my loved ones were
Oh,
like,
I'm
don't you
sure.
ever scare me like that again. Okay, sorry.
What
You
in
know?
the HE double hockey sticks?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. People I didn't even realize were caring, you know.
Mhm.
Community showed up in ways I can't even describe. I'm so
Wow,
grateful. But
that's beautiful.
yeah, I'm not giving them a chance to yell at me again. Never again.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. That's the biggest lesson for me.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like, did you know that that's not rest?
Right.
You know? Yeah, yeah. Very important.
And being aware of the place where you keep your spend your time, like how
Yeah.
the energy's lined up. Like we talked about using, any this is what I'm using for one in this example,
Hmm.
but it could
Hmm.
be anything that points.
Hmm.
It could be something like this or
True.
even something
You can
like
even use
this,
your finger.
Right.
Because with Reiki, these are fire fingers. The heat comes in here, so it's important to do this instead of this,
Yeah.
right? But you can do your symbols with your index, right? That's your
Yeah.
wand too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I find that my left ring finger seems to be the strongest one of all my fingers. I
That's
find that
cool.
really interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the one
It's
connected to your heart.
yeah, it's
That's
the
the same
one that
vein, right?
it's crazy. It was another one of my near-death experiences is when I really came in, but
Mm.
I met someone that I know as Jesus. I don't really know who that is in the world, but and I learned that then. And so ever since, like that's been like my go-to finger. I use others, and
Do
it's
your
funny that you
thing.
said that because usually when energy is sent to us, you'll
Mhm.
see them go like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you'll see
To
they like,
focus the energy. Yeah.
and then they,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Very
And
much so.
there's always missing a pinky. I just can't make my.
Yeah. So I tend to tell them these are Reiki hands, not these. These are massage hands, and these are Reiki hands.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
These are jazz hands.
Yeah, exactly. My daughter's a dancer, so when she's got good news, I'm like jazz hands. Yeah.
And the feng shui is, I always feel like I'm saying that wrong. Feng shui
Mm-hmm.
of like how the place that you spend your time. I'm bringing all these things up because many people probably didn't see you do jewelry and you make
I
these
do.
beautiful stone things like
Thank you.
would you like to show some examples? I didn't have a very good vocabulary just then.
Um, I've got a couple here. This is in my store now. Let me turn down this light because it's really bright. Yeah, it's an opaque
Wow.
aqua Andara, and I wrapped it. It's a big piece, but this will definitely help with the throat and the thymus, the higher heart chakra. Yeah.
That's
What else do
awesome.
I have? Oh, yeah, I just wrapped this one. I wanna treat it though. It's a copper rose quartz.
Oh,
Copper.
that's pretty.
Yeah. This one's fun. This was really fun to make. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
I want to patina it so it looks aged.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I want to wrap a few more, so I do one big batch. Yeah.
Cool.
Love
And
doing
and
that.
people can find that on your link tree, right? Is that the right one you said is sent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Please
Shashu
go on. I
Andaras
didn't mean to
on
cut
the
you off so
website.
much.
It's okay. And the Etsy store has not as updated as the website
Okay.
because we're trying to figure out the tariff things
Right.
on Etsy. Yeah.
Josie says her jewelry is living art. I can totally feel it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
She's so sweet.
beautiful.
Yeah, but and with the tariffs, I'm about to send Josie like a care package. It
Awesome.
feels like that because I want to make everything one shipment
Yeah.
because you can't just ship something once every day. No,
Yeah.
like let me know if there's anything else in the store you like. Let me send all of it. You know, yeah,
Right on.
we're trying to figure that out. Hopefully, he changes his mind soon. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, that world stage is so wiggly.
Yeah,
It's just like all kinds of not knowing what's going to happen. But I can tell us that I know this is that we are that spirit's excited.
yeah.
It feels like the night before Christmas,
Mhm.
and you didn't know if you were going to be able to give your kids such an amazing Christmas, and now
Right.
you're the parents waiting. That's what they feel like. They're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like so. It makes me excited too. But then you're also I feel like that kid that was given this Christmas present that's wrapped in shit paper. You're like,
Exactly.
I want shiny ribbons and bows. What? You
Yeah.
got me mixed up.
I'm realizing how many what has freaked me out a bit is seeing how I really romanticized this ascension
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with TV, sci-fi TV movies. I'm like, no, that's not. No,
Yeah.
it's supposed to smell better. No,
Yeah.
it's about, and I just had to accept it's going to look different, and humanity's going to go its way.
Right.
You know, yeah, it's interesting how so many beliefs have left us this year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we were just
Unburdened
talking
by
about
them.
that. Me and Josie, and the group healing we had last on Sunday. A lot of beliefs
Yeah.
leaving everyone, and it's not hard. It's not like we're holding on to them,
Yeah.
whereas I'm sure a few years ago, no, this is how it is. They're bad and we're good.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
very that. And now it's like we just want to break and we want humanity to come together
Right.
and we want some new systems because these ones are crumbling. Like,
And we're in that part of the prophecy.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
the rainbow tribe or the rainbow warriors are us.
yeah,
What that means is it's not even got to do, it's when we realize that there's nothing different about someone based on the pigment of their skin. That's got nothing to do with the rainbow.
yeah,
That's beyond the rainbow.
right.
It's different walks of life, culture, corners of the world, every direction. Someone who was on Wall Street and somebody who's growing in the farm, all come together, commence shoulder to shoulder, and honor the earth in which we live as a community, as one heart, not as I'm taking from you to, that whole thing is ending. We're
Yeah,
finally here.
crumbling. Like I feel like we were told this how many years ago? Just it's soon, it's coming.
Yeah, yeah.
We're seeing it. It's really exciting to be here right now.
Yeah.
And we chose this and we got to come and witness this. It is amazing, and I try and tell people, especially about extraterrestrials, if you're going to have sightings, of course they're watching this with popcorn, like,
Heck yeah.
yes, look at them go. They're getting it. Like we're all saying this whole thing isn't working,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this is what we want. We can't be in a space where, oh, they'll figure it out and we'll be fine. No, we've got to speak up. So I've been shown I'm not allowed to hide anymore. So I'm
Yeah,
sure you
I
have
know.
to. Right?
It's supposed to smell better t-shirt, Josie says.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from people like what they would like for this, for themselves if they don't want to share. At the beginning of the healing, I'd like we all say to ourselves out loud our intention,
So let's
what you're
let's
calling
box
in.
this. Let's frame this for people. So anyone joining now, because I'm seeing that the viewership keeps changing, this is
Okay.
just how it works. So
Mhm.
if you're new, if you're coming in right now, whatever, what's going to happen is she's going to do a group healing, and we're all going to participate as much as you'd like. This will work if you're doing this recording after the
Mhm.
fact, right?
Yes, it'll
So
keep working as
it's
many
a
times as you
timeless.
watch it. Mhm.
Okay. So, and if you have anything specific, you in the audience that you'd like to mention, you're welcome to. And then um, uh, I'm gonna run off camera for like
Mhm.
a third of a second because of my air conditioner popped on and it's
Of
cold.
course. And
But
everyone's going to need water anyway, so we should probably go grab some,
okay,
you
perfect.
know? Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
A blanket if you need, if you're somewhere where you think, because energy does come in warm and cool, and it can come in waves, so it's good to make sure you're good. I can't see the chat.
I heard that. Got my
Yeah,
blanket.
there you go. You got it.
All right. Um, and if there is something that you are needing or wanting to have healed right now, then you would just declare it
Yes.
aloud. Aloud is best, right?
Aloud is best. And it's important. Let's have a few deep breaths before we do our intention so our higher self can really get in there and say, this is actually what she needs, or this is actually what he needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when it's like, my knee hurts.
Right.
She's afraid to walk into the future. There's a different tone to it. So everyone's eyes don't have to stay closed or anything. I'm going to show the Andaras as well. We're going to get an Andara activation as well.
Mm.
Let me turn up this light. Ooh. My laptop has said, charge me. Grab that.
For anyone that's just joining, we're getting ready to do a healing. So consider what your intention or desire is for this healing so you can state it and just kind of get into your breath a little bit while you prepare. And if you don't know, it's I need to ask Shashu.
Yeah, you say it perfectly.
I just always feel like I'm not because
No, you're saying
it
it
has such a high
perfectly.
resonance in reading it, and then when my voice says it, it sounds like it's like a out of the lines coloring thing. I'm like,
No, you say it right. It's yeah, it's an ancient Ethiopian name. I'm not Ethiopian, but my parents found it in an African name book, and it's so I'm here in Toronto, which is very diverse, and Ethiopian people and Eritrean people assume I am because of my name, and they're like, "You can trust her. Look at her name." And I'm like, "What? You don't even know me." But yeah, it's it's the one I was born with.
What's it mean?
It means sweetest joy,
Of course it does.
or a shash is a woman's head covering to cover her crown chakra, right? So that's also a shash.
Wow.
But in different languages, shashu means different things. Like it's a yoga pose, it's a pork dish in the Philippines. I'm hearing all kinds of things, but Ethiopian women have shown me what it looks like in Amharic and what it looks like in Tigrinya to an Eritrean person.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just love it. I really love your name.
Thanks.
It's so beautiful. Yeah.
You'd be surprised what I had to deal with in elementary school and high school.
Oh, they can be jerks, especially girls.
I mean, the teachers tease you about a name like Shashu.
She gets it a lot. Are
Yep.
you mad, son? Because she's Madison.
Madison. That was like an 80s rom-com teen, the girl everyone wanted was named
Yeah.
Madison in a lot of those movies.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how many people name their children that at that same like window of time. She was born in 2014, and
Right.
like the time no one was named that. Now every other kid is
It's
Maddie.
true. It's interesting to like my son is 29 and he went to school with 10 Connors in his class.
Wow.
It was Connors and Sarah's. That's it.
Yeah.
And then it started, he was the only justice. And then they're in high school, he was one of 5 justices, but the only male justice. So
Yeah.
it's been interesting.
That's really interesting. Oh, thank you. Latte Java Don just sent a donation of $10. I'll send that to
Yeah.
you because you're the one that's going to be doing the healing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's get relaxed. Let's do some deep breaths. Hopefully everyone has their water with them. And I'll call in the energies. God, Creator, you guys. Thank you for joining us. Sekhem session. 19. May this healing benefit your highest good and clear all that's no longer serving. And may it help us with the wobble and the integration energy in the now. And so it is. You can state your intention now. We're gonna go another 5 minutes. I know it's intense. Any denseness is moving now. Wasn't much though. That's good. Any denseness? I started yawning. It started moving, so that's wonderful. I'm feeling a balance now.
I feel much more aligned than I was. Yeah.
Okay, how's everyone feeling? I'm closing the session now. I'd like to ask everyone to hug themselves. When's the last time you did that?
That's a good practice.
Yeah. Let's do some deep breaths, of course.
That was last part. That's what did. All of a sudden I started crying.
It's been an honor to give Sekhem today and an Andara activation.
Wow.
While everyone is coming back to us, I just want to share with you the Andaras that came forward. Syrian Stargate, blue, beautiful blue ray energy, indigo energy, Lyran Stargate. Since we were talking about extraterrestrials, they're here, and it has like brown rainbows in it and
Wow.
some yellow, and of course Gaia green. Let's see if I hold it there.
Wow.
Beautiful earth energies. It reminds us that she called for this. She wanted this change to shift into the next frequency. She
Yeah.
asked for help. Hey, come watch. Yeah. An honorable mention is the amber, which feels like Josie said, hot whiskey on a cold day. Warms your chest. Yeah,
That's awesome.
beautiful. How's that? You're cool.
I'm still crying.
How are you doing?
Was that
How are you feeling?
love? I feel full of love, and that's what the tears are.
Yeah,
It's the Hallmark commercial kind of tears.
yeah.
I'm just I am so honored, and I feel not everyone gets this opportunity, you know, and to be in this position with you and with the community of
Yeah,
us all here as one just now. I felt everybody,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and it's so beautiful.
yeah. This was nice. I have to say, it's been an honor for me as well. Thank you for saying that. And thank you for letting me come on and do this today. Just like, I want to share. um, I really felt the connection. It's like we all were holding hands and holding this frequency. It was really lovely, really beautiful energy that came in.
Yeah, it was like a big group hug.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great way
Only
to
not
describe it.
creepy one. Not one of
Yeah.
those you're like, be done touching me now.
Not the creepy kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love to hear if anyone's saying in the chat.
Yeah, they are. So that was awesome, says Janet. Um, I'm buzzing, says Lisa. Josie says, yes, that's the NRG. I mean, I don't know what NRG is.
Energy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, right. Um, and then she also says, I know you felt that.
Yeah.
Mia says, very cool with a bunch of exclamation points. Josie says, my throat and torso got cool.
Yeah.
Mia sent you a whole bunch of different colors of hearts. And then
Nice.
Josie says, I saw a cornucopia. The amber is nice. She
Mm,
had me tear up on Sunday.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
It goes that
her head's also buzzing.
way.
Janet says it was so beautiful. Lisa says, thank you for sharing. Um, uh, L.
Pleasure.
Stinton says, thank you. Everyone's saying thank you.
Yay.
Angie,
It's my pleasure. That was
yeah.
fun.
Oh,
My
it
hands
made her
were on
feel.
fire.
It was so much fun to share. And see, I've actually never done any kind of, I've never taken any courses or I've been told a lot by spirit lately. The word Reiki has been brought up so much lately. I do it naturally, but I've
Yeah.
never like officially learned it.
Right,
I
right,
was going to, I was talking to a master. This was back in, it was pre 9/11.
right.
Um,
Mhm.
and we were sitting on the sidewalk and I was saying, I'm thinking about taking this course. And he said, you've never taken it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
I
And
just assumed.
I just do it naturally, I
Yeah.
guess. And
It
but
just
I noticed it. It was so much
yeah,
fun to feel like when someone's
yeah.
doing it on purpose with it, like
Mhm.
that flow that was
Yeah.
happening, that
Yeah.
was so fun. I had so much fun doing that.
Good.
And you could, you know, how you feel when the energy leaves you, like every one of your pores, like little breath.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
was stronger
Yeah.
when you're sharing with someone else doing it at the same time. It's
Exactly.
just a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. No, this is a great group too.
Yeah.
Higher vibrations. So it's a different energy, right?
Yeah.
When there's an exchange, it's not just I'm channeling this thing.
Yeah.
It's also an exchange. So it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you
great.
so much for
My
that.
pleasure.
I felt it. I felt it right where I needed it to go too. Yeah.
Awesome.
So thank you.
My pleasure. This has
I'm
been
not cold
great.
at all too. I'm like heated all
Good.
the way up.
Yeah. My hands are like right here is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone's still saying thank you to you. There's a
Oh,
lot
my
of comments. I
pleasure.
hope you can go back and see the comments after a while.
Yeah.
Oh, crud.
What
We
happened?
didn't record this.
No.
Because normally it
Maybe,
records automatically on Restream, but this one I had to push record and I didn't.
oh,
So
maybe through
it's on,
Zoom it recorded.
well, it's on YouTube, so you can
Right.
go back and watch that as much. But I was going to send you a copy of it,
Yeah.
but now I can't. I
That's
can only send
okay.
you a copy of the first 7 minutes that you weren't even on the screen.
Okay. It might, I mean, we really should be checking into Mercury at this point.
I know.
Like,
I think there's got to be. They said it left retrograde. I think it was the beginning of this month,
yeah,
but I don't
yeah.
believe it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
funny.
YouTube saved it though, Josie says. So it is on YouTube. So
Thanks.
you can,
Thanks, Josie. I'm glad she has the wherewithal because we're
yeah,
just vibing.
yeah, all kinds of funky stuff. Well, you know, it's funny. I was tired before we did that. Now I feel like I'm gonna go do some exercise.
All right.
Like I need to shake it out, dance
That's
it
what you
out.
got to do. Yeah, it can
Oh,
take a while. It's not an immediate downtime, but you should sleep really well.
I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.
My
I've
pleasure.
really, all of us could use better sleep.
Yeah, especially now. Especially
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Well,
Tomorrow I'm gonna take a forest bath.
ooh,
And
how do you take a forest bath?
I just walk through the forest and try and touch as many trees as possible.
Can you
Yeah.
see energy?
Um, sometimes I see energy off of people, like while they're walking by.
Yeah.
Um, I'll see hints of it, but not colors. I'll have like I'm more clairaudient, so I'll
Yeah.
ask what color is that because they want to know. Do you know what I
Uh,
mean? So
yeah.
I can see colors better with my eyes closed.
That makes sense.
So when I'm practicing, if say you call in your loved ones, say you call in grandma, I say her name, not just grandma, but say she's grandma Carol, okay? And when she comes in, I see two golden figures like this, but my eyes are closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I've heard from spirit too. You know how we hear from spirit, are you sure you're ready to see us? I'm like, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everything else feels so real. And my experience is I've had some friends say, and you weren't on ayahuasca and you weren't
Right.
tripping. I'm like, no, that was the meditation. So imagine maybe some of us aren't supposed to. But yeah, I see better with my eyes closed, if that makes sense.
It makes 100% because that's actually why we bow.
Okay.
If you use your third eye
That
and your
makes sense.
crown,
Mhm.
then you actually see from here.
Yeah.
Like you don't
Yeah.
see, and so this is actually limiting this barrier of the physical eye. And so, like, if you,
Awesome.
that's why you divert your eyes,
Mhm.
all that, just slightly looking away makes it so you can see it.
Right.
And
Makes
they
so
tend to be
much
really
more sense.
tall anyway, and you be hurting your neck, like if you like constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. The reason I asked though is that
Mhm.
this rainbow juice comes off the trees as the parts that hang down,
Mhm.
like the leaves and the different low hanging branches, is where it's like it drips on down the most on those tips. Even if you're walking down like a lot of the neighborhoods will have trees along the sidewalk and stuff.
Right.
If you just grazed your hand against, it actually absorbs into your hand. You can see the
So
rainbow juice
cool.
go into your hand.
Rainbow juice. I love it. That's
What
a
was
t-shirt too.
what was that?
Rainbow juice. I
It's
love
so,
that.
yeah, it's the
I like
coolest. I've been seeing it for years, but they want to give it to you.
Yeah.
They really want to get,
Yeah.
and that's what you're talking about, the rainbow, the forest
Yeah.
shower, forest bath.
Forest bath. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, we have less, I guess there's some trees on the street, but not as many as the street we used to live on. And so there's a parkette across the street, and it's full of maple trees because the name of the park is Maple Leaf Parkway or something like that. And so I, one morning, I think it was last week, chose to attune the trees to
Oh,
Reiki. So I attuned them to the symbols. I through the main one, I attuned, and now in the mornings, it's a totally different energy. I'm like, just so you know, I'm in the neighborhood, and
oh,
I'd like to
wow.
add to the space. Here's my offering, you
Yeah,
know, and it really, now the leaves that are falling are brighter colors. It's like that's how I'm seeing things.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
those are brighter, and yeah, yeah. I've taught a couple of teachers who just uh, they attune wherever they travel. So they'll attune the land, or they'll attune the base of a tree or something like that. They're
Yeah,
not ready to deal with humans.
right. Yeah,
Understandable.
I feel
Understandable.
it. I get it.
But I totally get that. Attuning
Yeah,
a horse, yeah, to do the healing for you. Yeah, I've seen that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then their rainbow juice is even better when when it spreads to
Honestly,
the people.
yeah.
Awesome. Wow.
This was great.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
so
I hope
much.
that you want to, if you in the future, if you ever want to come on again, let me know. I would love to have
I've
you.
got your email address now. So
Okay.
now I'll be bothering
Heck
you.
yeah.
No, just joking. I'm ready. Yeah. No, this was great. Thanks so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
very much. And thank all of you. And just if you just if you're coming on, that healing that was done is a timeless healing. And so
Mhm.
you can do it over and over and over again.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I am planning on doing it again. So I look forward to seeing what happens. Oh, Josie says, "Hey, loves, I'm gonna go. I have to get up and make 70 tamales."
Oh, wow. Thanks
Wow.
for
All
coming,
right.
Josie. I appreciate you.
And she loves us. She loves us both. We love you too.
Good. We love her
All
too.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna get go. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit more like that. Never
There
mind.
we
I'm
go.
not gonna go
Yeah.
dancing.
I tend to talk to people after the Sekhem, and I'm like, they're like, I'm ready. I'm like, I'm gonna sit with you for a minute. Start to,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you can do your dry bathing
Yeah.
when you get a chance.
I use my
You
eagle
know, if you can
feathers.
do a salt soak or any kind of salt water on your hands or on the top of your head, that can really help
Okay.
you to ground after such a high frequency healing.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. This was great.
And I will check in with you later. Thank you so much. Also, please, will you be, I'm gonna hang up. So I don't know how to like end the recording and hang up separately.
Right.
So please send me your digital pay information because I didn't
Okay.
have that to share with anybody, and I
Sure.
have $10 to send you
Right.
from our lovely friend. Here she is. She sent $10. Where did it go? I lost it. Uh, uh, Latte Java Dawn sent you $10. So
It's awesome.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you all for being here. I love you all, and thank you once again, and I'll see you soon. Aho
Bye.
blessings.